Hello, lovely souls. Welcome to your pick a card reading. This reading is going to be about love and not the kind of love you might be thinking about. This is going to be about what is the message you need to hear for self love. That is what really came through for me. If you're new here, my name's Carrie. I'm a medium and I love doing these type of channel readings and messages. Go ahead and take a moment and tune in to one of these three piles. Just feel in. We do have a lot of these green stones here, which are really representative of the heart chakra. So feel which one you feel the gravitational pull towards and what is calling your name. I'll give you a moment and we'll get started. Pile one, you chose this beautiful Pegasus card. It's so special. And this deck is also very special. I'm going to be placing the stone here. So let's just get started with your reading. Water Spirit, manifesting your dreams. We also have the number 10 in completion. So that means that you're ending cycles and beginning new experiences. And since we're talking about self love today, the thing that really stands out to me is the water. The symbol of the water really is a symbol of emotion. It's a symbol also usually connected to relationships as far as the emotion that runs through a relationship. This is definitely something that is telling you to unplug your heart and to really open up your own inner channel so that you can feel the energy of love just flowing through you and down into your space. So let's get some more cards here just to let this message. And again, I am a channel, so we're just tapping in and seeing what messages come here and through for you. So we have owl spirit here, which is wisdom. This is definitely, I want to say, your ancestors calling you in here. There's a lot of protection. When I see butterfly wings, I always know that that's a loved one in spirit coming through. And so there's really this moment I'm hearing, capture your own heart. She's also wearing, she looks like a priestess to me, a priestess of the goddess. And so one thing to know is that they always start first with self love, independence, autonomy, and also fulfillment. We have the number 9 coming out. I'm going to continue with this deck, and definitely we're going forth with our ancient wisdom. So, this is the standing stones. Also, you notice wearing a red dress again. So, for some of you, you're on this spiritual like pilgrimage, I would say, a journey which you haven't been able to necessarily explain or articulate to other people, but you don't need to, is what I'm hearing. What you need to do is to trust the process you're going through. That does lead to self love. It leads to fulfillment. It leads to meaning. It leads to purpose and it leads to pleasure. All things which I feel like you need right now for that self love journey. We'll keep going here. I'm just going to flow with the cards that are being beckoning me and calling me in for you. Again, there's that card you chose of Pegasus here, right? So that means you are transcending. And again, we have the number 10 with 8 and 2. So you're moving through things that used to stop you and hold you back. I'm hearing you have a large range of motion. Now, when I hear that, that means to me that your growth is skyrocketing right now. You are moving into a whole nother place in your purpose and on your journey. You're also looking through the lens of a greater perspective, which is much more of a spiritual perspective, as I call it. There's a lot of knowledge you've got, wisdom that's coming in, and this is a really natural thing for you, pile one. So take a breath at this moment, take a breath and really know part of your journey being on your path, but also of your self-love journey has to do with the fact that you are prioritizing your and your understanding of what you know your path to be. And you're not letting other people stop you. They might lean on you for support, for encouragement, for happiness, But really, your journey right now is really your own. And pulling from this down, feeling very connected to pile one, toadstools growth. So this goes right along with the journey I said that you've been on. And again, we're seeing a number 4 4. So if that's been a number for you, let me know. But that also represents stability. The number 4 really does mean that you're at this point where you're finally finding your footing. That's what I'm hearing. And that means also too that you're more confident and grounded in the information that's coming in, the messages that you're starting to receive. So this is a joyful time for you, and you've made so much progress. You should be really proud of yourself. I'm going to pull another card from this deck. Maple spirit, generosity. This is so beautiful when it comes to your love, your self love. Yesterday I thought about the word agape love. Agape love is love from the creator, it's love from the divine, it's love without any conditions, without any rules, without any intentions. And that's really what generous heart is. And as you embrace that generous nature, that spirit, you're not looking for anything in return because you're coming from a place of self empowerment, self love, and a stillness that I'm really getting a sense of you craving this sense of well being, and pausing during this time gives you your sense of purpose. Okay, here's the final card. It's just been a beautiful reading for you, pile one. Happiness, Bluebeard spirit. This is so beautiful. We're also getting the little Pegasus right here again for the second time, which is just magical. When you see these creatures that seemingly are magical, that is just the spirit world coming in at all its full force, as are birds. Birds are messengers from the spirit world. So this is just knowing where your place of self-love is, where your place of happiness is. Really is confidently on your spiritual path. That's what we've got. Pile one, this has been so beautiful. And if you feel so inclined, please be sure to check out my other pick a card readings and some of the other options that I have on the channel. It's so good to meet you. I would love it for you to like and subscribe. We'll see you soon. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your pick a card reading. Again, this reading is really focusing on self love. Your path to loving yourself unconditionally. So, we're just going to begin by pulling our first card here. You should also know this deck in particular also is the Beltane deck, which is what is coming up right away for us. We also are working with one of these beautiful aventurine stones, which is wonderful for the heart chakra. And we've got bees all around you. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck, pile to surrender. There's nothing more blissful than the act of letting go, of setting yourself free of all that doesn't serve you. This is the ultimate act of self love, I would say. And also, there's this amazing openness that you have at this moment, which is saying that it's not always been easy for you. But what you're starting to do is trust the process. Trusting the process is one of the most desirable things that you can do on a spirit level for opening up to the core part of you, which is really finding loving yourself unconditionally, letting go, trusting, and opening up. This is just such a beautiful message. We're going to continue here on this journey using the same depth, feeling really in resonance here with this for you pilot. Wow. Sacrifice. You must find the ebb and flow of life within your very self. Embracing it all is embracing truth. So for me, when we get to the point on our spiritual path or in our life journey where we're not trying to control the outcome of things around us, what we're learning to trust the process, because we know that our highest good is always going to be so. That is a big step to ask, pile to. And it really looks to me like you are finding your inner fulfillment. This is a word they're saying. Your fulfillment. Also, the number 9 is a card of fulfillment and number of just feeling a sense of being satiated, knowing that have served enough time in the place where you're not connected to the divine. So you're learning to trust the cycles of life, to trust the process. Beautiful card. Let's keep. Hey, oh, there we go. Maypole. That's such a beautiful card. Number 24. I am fertile in what I seed, for there is reason to dance and drink upon the riches I receive. This is ultimately just this place of joy and freedom and playfulness. Really goes along beautifully with this other card as well. You can just see in their body language how open they are and how they are being restored by this beautiful energy of celebration and joy and life itself. When you're in that access of that position, you truly do reign supreme when it comes to how you feel within yourself. You're feeling the joy of spirit, quite literally, in your heart. And when you do, you know, again, divine love is yours. Divine love is yours. That's love of self and then love for others. Milk and butter. Like the silk of one's flesh, I am the giver. I am your eternal. This to me is this just gold and yellow. They're the card of joy, abundance, success, new things happening. There's also a level of discernment here and wisdom and growth and opportunity. I feel as though, you know, some of you have been in this position where things have been very difficult and challenging, and especially in the winter, later in the year of 2024. It feels to me like some of you had a really tough time, a tough November, a tough beginning of December, but now there's been a shift. And I'm hearing the hard work that you put in is now that you're in just this place of magic, and I'm feeling awestruck by this energy, just really coming into coherence with your highest good and feeling that sense of self. Last card. Oh, I love this one. Manifestation. These are all your elders and your ancestors in the spirit world. Really. And then again, look at her heart chakra. This is, again, that's the center of where self love emanates from, is our heart chakra. Sometimes they come as a breeze upon your fingertips. At other times, they dwell in the depths of your soul. It is a dance between you and spirit as the magic unfolds. So, all the way through this reading, too, I'll say, there's bees all throughout. Bees is definitely one of the divine feminine symbols for the goddess. When you walk with the goddess and you align with that sense of that divine feminine, you are just really in this place of being in alignment with your purpose. And it may not always feel that way for you, but you're working yourself towards this level of manifestation where you know and you're starting to believe that you can have what it is you want in your life. That's really what I'm getting. Pile 2, thank you so much for being here for this reading. I will let you know, be sure to check the other pick a card readings I have, as well as the goddess readings I have, those channeled messages, as well as meditations. I think you'll really enjoy it. I hope to see you again on the channel, and I would love it if you could subscribe. See you in the next one. Hello, Pile 3. So excited to do your reading. Welcome. Again, my name is Carrie. I am a medium and a tarot reader. I'm so excited you're here receiving this reading. So, we are going to just tap in again. As a reminder, this reading really is for you, especially opening up to your own sense of self love, your own sense of self purpose, and acknowledgement of all of your magic and beauty. So, let's see what we have. One ring circus. And what is really standing out for me here is that you have been in a position in your life so far where you've been trying to do so much on your own independently. And this has been difficult because there's a part of you that feels, pile three, that you need to do things independently. You need to do things on your own. You shouldn't have to ask for help. But I think you're just on the precipice of realizing that's not how it works. We can't do all these things by ourselves. That change is in order. And I do feel we see together we have the number five and the number one. You haven't yet joined the one with the five to make it a six. That means you're still overcoming some difficulties and struggles with feeling comfortable asking for help, feeling comfortable of opening up and telling people about who you really are. As far as what you believe in and the things that are important to you, I feel like there's a lot of spirituality here for you, and you hold those things in. The news here, though, friend, is that really trust yourself. It may not happen for you overnight where you just feel comfortable sharing some of your inner experiences, but what Spirit is saying on your journey to self love, really accept yourself as you are and understand that sometimes what is really required is opening up, even if it's just to one person. Let's continue this reading and just see where this is going. Pile three. That came right out. Coming to life. That is beautiful. So, this is definitely like a metamorphosis card. And for me, it's like you can notice this, she's just emerging out of the sand and becoming a whole new person. You can see the little wee butterfly right there. She is inspired and led by what Spirit is giving her. There's a trust walk. We're also connecting with the number 11. And the number 11 is it's a magical card, magical number. It's also the number of the judgment, which is we are making a choice here, making a big choice about what direction your life is going in, pile three. What's your purpose? What comes next? How exciting for you. I can't wait to see how this develops, but you are emerging, you are growing, and things are shaking and moving in the right direction. Again, we're talking about self-love. So details, details, details. You know what I'm actually getting more from this is growth. Looking at maybe taking some spiritual classes, possibly developing some of your abilities, even learning like the Akashic records. I feel that you're just at this point where you want to dig in a little more and you do want to explore different options when it comes to your spiritual growth. This is a timeless reading, just so you know. So whatever comes forth really is for you, but there is a sense of timing here. That's really what I'm getting. And also, we have all of the different points of astrology here too. So that could be a thing for you. And there's just a keen interest in digging in, exploring. And this is part of your path. Again, I think maybe part of you doesn't want to share this so much with too many people, and understand that is totally okay if you aren't feeling like it's the right thing for you. It's perfectly fine. It's not one of those things where you have to all of a sudden, you know, come out of the closet and start telling everybody all the details of who you are and, what's important to you. But just as long as you're accepting it to yourself, that's the important thing. Okay, let's keep going. What we got here was the self love path with you, my friend. All right, we have mountains. So here we have an obstacle coming. So this is just going along with what we've been talking about before. There has been some difficulty. There has been some challenge. There has been hurt that you've had to get over. There has been some things that have been challenged, right? Not an uncommon theme at all, just so we're clear, and that's okay. And also, I really want you to know that light is coming, change is coming. When you have the number six, that means you're also working with foundations, which means that you're getting stable. And so things are changing. Remember when before we saw 5 + 1 = 6. So you're getting there. So even if things do feel challenging, you're on your way. I was really drawn to the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to grab that. Goblins. We also have the number five. So this to me has a little bit to do with that internal dialogue that goes on in your head where you feel you get confused slightly sometimes, you feel worried, you're concerned, you're not sure if what you're doing is the right thing. There's a little bit of worry about making mistakes. And here's the thing, judgment really holds you back from the self love. So you definitely want to think about, what kind of words are you saying to yourself? Make sure that you're really giving yourself a deeper sense of self love and that your purpose comes from self care, self love. All right, last card, Triangle 3. Let's see what we have. What's calling peaks of joy. Yes. And we have this is a really strong number. Do you see 3 3 or 333? That's a number for you. Again, look at the symbol of the butterfly here. Again, we are emerging. We are opening. We're moving away from the difficulty of number 5 into number 6. And you're feeling a sense of expansion. We also have this younger girl here for me, which is more childlike energy. Again, moving along with your purpose, feeling a little more united and connected. So you are definitely on your way, pile 3. And you should be really just in that phase of enjoying yourself. In doing that, accepting yourself, that's what leads to self love. Thank you so much for being here for this reading, Pile 3. Be sure to check out some of my other pick a card readings as well as my meditations. I'd love to see you here if you would be so kind. Love to see you as a subscriber. We'll see you in the next reading.